Do you approach social media like any specific way? Like, is it, I don't, I
Do you give
appreciate,
yourself a time limit? Do
I
you?
don't know, but I just appreciate
Oh,
your frankness sometimes. And so I'd
sure.
say, how much is firing from the hip? How much is like, let me pray about this before I post it? Like, do you have a way about it?
It depends. Like most of the things I share on social media are just like sharing about ministry in the community. So it's just like sharing our life. And we really got more into that when I joined our vocations team. So that's when I got more into that because that was one of the things we said, like, what are we going to do, to like do intentionally regarding like fostering vocations. And that was one just kind of like more share things from our life. And so that's usually if I'm speaking into a difficult situation in the church, that's most often when I'll pause and pray. And what I oftentimes find myself doing is I usually don't want to say anything, but if it stays with me, like I will because I'm trying to be obedient to Jesus. So like there's a preoccupation and it's like, gosh, I feel like I do need to say something. I'm learning how to be like this. Spouses of Christ, we have this identity as a public intercessor. That's another podcast for another day. And it's not always the best place to be, because you just want to go and enjoy your day and not realize you're also the spouse of Christ and and I need to be like for him, how he wants me to be for him, when he wants me to be for him. And it may be sometimes speaking into something that I feel like is none of my business to speak into, but everything's his business. And so when it's things like that, I do really pause and pray. And I find that it goes the best when I don't try to finesse anything, but just say what what I feel called to say and move on. So other boundaries I have, it's usually just sharing life. I don't really get, I find that it's not respectful of myself or others to argue with people on the internet. And so I'll tell people if they want to like have like a dialogue that's more like an argument, I will message them and say like, if I'm able to, I'll try to find time for us to really speak with one another. But I don't, out of respect for myself and for you, I'm not participating in a comments exchange. So it's really almost never that I do that. Um, and then people who I do have some boundaries, like I try not to spend a lot of time viewing or reading content where it seems like people are trying to, I hate this word, but it's the only word I have for it, like build platforms on negativity. So I
Mhm.
really try to, I think that's really doing something to like transform our relationships that's not of God. So I really try to not participate in a lot of that either.